Well, hey there, welcome back to Mazdic Stringworks. So today on the workbench we have this really super orange Telecaster made in Mexico. Very nice guitar. The owners brought it to me for a setup. There's also some really nasty fret ends that I'm cleaning up, and he'd like a new Graphtec nut as well. So this will be a short video. I just wanted to show you, a few tips and tricks, I guess, as I go along here when I do some fret ends and for positioning the nut. So stick around, this won't be long. Well, I'm sure if you've watched my channel before, you've seen me do fret ends. So fret sprout in the winter time. This guitar has a really bad case of it. I've worked on the treble side here to start and got that pretty much where I like it, and I'll have some fine touch-ups to do. And I'm just working on the bass side, so I've just turned the guitar around so it's a little easier. And I'm using these nice Hosco files. So you see a concave section here, and there's an abrasive file on the end, on the sides, but everywhere else is smooth and safe, so you can file like this and not worry about scratching the fingerboard at all. And what's nice with the concave part is usually it rounds over the ends nicely in one sort of move. So what I generally will do is I'll start with that, and I'm not hearing any metal because I've done this one already, and I'll move down a bit here. Right here. I haven't done this one. I can feel it. Yeah, right here. So you can sort of hear that, right? Yeah. That's metal, not wood. And once it stops making that noise, then I'm going to turn it on its side where the file, and I just want to get the end of that fret. And again, this is a lacquered finish here, so I'm not being overly aggressive. I just want to get it just so it starts to touch the wood. And again, you'll be able to hear it. Sound changes. Oh, there we go. Again, I don't want to get too far, and you can use your nail. Your nail is a good way of feeling that too. I'm just going to round it over a little bit as I go. And then the important thing is the side here, we want to round that sharp end off. So curl the file towards the middle of the fret, a rounding sort of motion. You'll get the hang of it. And then just use your finger. Yeah, that's great. Here I'm catching. Ow, ow. I think you can hear that, eh? Yeah, that's much better. Still a little bit of fret tang sort of poking out, but this might have to be done over a couple of years. You know, when the winter season comes around again next year, do it again, because the wood will swell up in the summer and it disappears. Usually takes a couple of seasons, or a couple of winters I should say, and then then you don't have that issue anymore because you've filed away enough of the fret, so it shouldn't be an issue. Nice. Okay, so I really like these Hosco files. I also have this single file. I bought this at Lee Valley here in Canada, but you can get these type of files online at Amazon or StewMac or Solo Music in Toronto. This has a nice safe bottom, flat smooth edge, and this is a little finer file, and I usually come back. This will be the file I use to finish them off. I just feel like it gives me a little more control. It's a little finer. So yeah, I like that. So the other thing I wanted to show you was just why I have this tape on here. So I put this tape all along the fretboard, right down the middle, and really just to help me remind myself which frets I've done. So this is the treble side, which I did earlier, and you can see I put some marks. As I go along, I'll put a mark on the tape, and that's because I don't always do this in one go. I might do 7 or 8 frets, take a break, do something else, come back, do another 7, 8 frets, and it's just a reminder of where I've been. So that's good. And you can see up here on the bass side, so I've only done the first 3 frets, and obviously the 4th down I have to work on, and yeah, I can definitely feel that. So it's just a little reminder, something to do. I like to do that mainly because I don't do this all in like one go, because it'll take an hour, hour and a half, and it's a tedious little job. So I like to break it up a little bit. And the other thing the owner wanted me to do is change this nut, so let's have a look at that. So this is the standard nut that came with this Fender, made in Mexico, and it's some sort of composite plastic type of thing. And we're going to change it out for a Tusk Graphtec nut here. This is a PQ5000-00, so they're made for Strats and Tellies, and they have a little radius on the bottom. Well, I took it out already. But here's the Tusk nut right here. And there's a little nub right under there usually. So if you have a flat bottom slot, you leave the nub there. If you have a radius slot, you just, you cut it out and then sand it smooth, which is what I've done here. So it matches the radius that's on the guitar. So before, and I checked already that the slots match up. The string spacing matches up with the existing one, so that's good. But to place this, what I like to do is put a piece of tape, and then I'm just marking the first and sixth strings where they go, because now I push that in pretty good. I'll gently remove it. There we go. And I had to sand this down, the face of this nut down just a little bit so it fit in that slot well. So what I'm going to do is line up the slots with those marks. That looks good. I'll press that down, and then that way I can mark underneath the two ears or wings that are hanging off a little bit, and then I can sand those down, and I know that we'll be in a good position there. So a little fussy, but I like doing that. So short and sweet video. I'm going to continue along with this guitar and work on these frets. They're really pretty nasty. Tell me what you think of the color of this guitar. I mean, I really like this orange. I think it's pretty slick. So let me know in the comments if you like that orange color. And if you know the name of it, because I know they change a lot, right? So anyways, I'm going to keep working on this. Like I said, I like to do it in little bits, so I don't feel like I'm going crazy, you know? Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao.